Okay. Um. Okay, good. Spotify is working. Hi, Sahir Put and dear Kiwi U5D, welcome to the stream. And hi, Violet Moonclaw, welcome to the stream. You're so good at animating. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome, MGL 0619. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Pia. Which game are you doing farming thing? Oops. I've never played Genshin games, but Genshin? Yeah. Games, but I've seen a lot of ads for it. It looked very pretty. Thank you so much for all the hearts. It's nice that there are quite a few people from at the start of the stream. Yeah, gacha games can be really dangerous. Dangerous in a sense that they exactly know how to manipulate and get people addicted. Which, as long as you can control it, isn't exactly a bad thing. Just fun little exploration for how you want to spend your free time. Yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean. I think I will put that line at the bottom. Hi, Pride Official. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Yeah, apparently it's like, at least from all the ads that I've seen about Genshin, it's very like, it's very art heavy, so it doesn't surprise me that the file may be a tad bit bigger than what some quote-unquote regular games may be. As someone who doesn't or has never played Genshin, I suspect that the popularity may be because of the art. Or the character designs are something that people find desirable. But that is genuinely my wild guess. I have no idea how the gameplay works or anything like that. So I can't really comment on the story. Or like, I assume it has a story. MGL, that is absolutely fair. That is absolutely fair. If you have a potato computer, then obviously it's like, you can't run everything. I personally need a higher quality laptop because of animations and video editing, so usually when I am getting a new laptop, I usually look for like a gaming laptop quality. But then again, the games that I personally play, they are not really that heavy on the graphics, which is nice. So I don't have to really experience that much of a lag. But I can imagine that even like something like Baldur's Gate Baldur's Gate 3 could put my laptop in a serious test, whether it can handle it. But yeah, I personally also need the power, as I said, for animations and videos. So it's not solely for, like, my laptop isn't solely for gaming, it's for handling a bit bigger projects in general, because animation files can get pretty big, especially if you keep adding on details. I hope you will enjoy your Krita and your new tablet, professional rage baiter. I hope you will have fun with it. Hi, Fizzypaw J23. Thank you very much. And welcome to the stream. Yeah, Blender and any 3D. I don't personally do much 3D. I did have like a 3D class in uni. But I personally don't do much 3D on my free time. It would be probably fun to learn, especially for like rotating backgrounds and such. Because I've seen people to use that. to help with such things. But yeah, 3D files can also get huge, I imagine, especially if you're working with like much bigger canvases. Yep, I'm the Kia dance person. I can't believe that has become my legacy, but I'm here for it. Then again, I don't really have any choice. It has practically forced itself to become my legacy. Unfortunately, there may not be coming a new Kia dance anytime soon unless somebody commissions me one. So I hope that won't be anyone's expectation. I practically made the redo just for the sake of trying to find a way to show people who are discovering me through the old animation. Just for them to see what I actually currently do now. Because I personally don't like deceiving people. Because even though I still animate, unfortunately Pokemon characters are not that huge part of my current catalog of content that I animate. So I feel like my persona is more representative of what I animate nowadays. So I feel like it's honestly much more fair. Much more fair for the new viewers who are discovering my channel after the upload has been that long ago. Hi Charcoal, welcome to the stream. Oh, don't worry, Sarbot. I hope you have a lovely day. And if you ever want to watch this stream again, like after playback, it will be, I am not going to unlist it or anything, so it can be viewed even after. But to be fair, making the redo was actually surprisingly fun. Admittedly, especially since I have a lot of animated content that is very like lip sync heavy and acting heavy, so honestly it was just nice to practically see the improvement like through a little bit like faster method, so to speak, if that makes any sense. Or like spend the time on a project that doesn't take like forever to complete. So that was really nice, and especially when the welcome for it has also been really lovely, which huge thank you for everybody for that. That is just a bonus, honestly. But also giving me a lot more confidence, I guess, as an artist, that I am indeed improving and I am indeed doing something quote-unquote right, which is nice. It's nice to reassure oneself once in a while. Honestly, I can imagine. And honestly, for other people, especially if they're like older Kia dances too, I'm both very sorry, but also very happy that people are discovering other content, and obviously I hope that those people are also active in their own spheres if possible. Because this experience, as I've stated in many comments that I've responded to, this has been insane. Like, the numbers are slowing down now, which is giving me a time to breathe, especially when it comes to responding to comments. But I don't think I've ever experienced anything similar, which is insane. I'm grateful that the old video has blown up, but oh man, I for sure had not prepared for it in any shape or form. Hi, Yellow was Yay wasn't taken. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad to hear that, Charcoal. What are you working on? Hi, Random Bambi fan too. Welcome to the stream. How many games do you have to go through and farm things from? Oh, what map are you working on? Or like a map part, if you don't mind me asking. How many commissions you got in the queue? Hi, it's Emily Chan, 2011. Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, it's nice that the map is getting filled up. I have been, I did eye on some parts myself on that, but unfortunately my plate is currently quite full, so I decided against it. But I'm glad that Fluffy is getting all the participants that she is needing for the part, for the map. Because I bet for her it's probably very satisfying to see the map get to the final push that it needs. Honestly, it's insane. My channel is turning 18 this year. Like, my channel is freaking full-on adult at this point. And it is definitely a time capsule of many things. Is my channel the oldest that YouTube has seen? Probably not. But it is definitely like one of the oldest out there. At least in the animation sphere, I would imagine. Yeah, I guess I've earned the veteran status. Even though it at times doesn't admittedly feel like it. But it's amazing that I've managed to maintain it for so long, and I still plan on maintaining it. Hopefully 18 more years. Depending on whether YouTube will still be around, of course. Yeah, that is very true. And considering how prevalent internet is nowadays, I would like to imagine that YouTube is going to be around for at least a decade, if not 2 more. And there's definitely like, even though many have attempted it, making like another video platform, none of them have really succeeded on overtaking on YouTube, or even catching the amount of relevance that YouTube has. Then again, YouTube is a very unique landscape, in a sense that I don't think that YouTube can be that, at the end of the day, I don't think that YouTube can be that easily replicated. Especially with the like copyright systems and all that it has in place. That is unfortunately probably one of the reasons why many other platforms, until they can figure out some kind of copyright system, I don't think that any of them will surpass YouTube, or even come a close second to it. Unfortunately, I am the worst person to help when it comes to not adding much detail to the backgrounds. Although I've gotten better, but like, if I pretend to be helpful, try and add all the detail at the front and then leave the back as bland as possible. Hi Gigi the Guinea Pig, welcome to the stream. Right now in Finland, at least where I live, it is actually rainy. I'm a little bit scared when the heat wave that is going through Europe is going to hit Finland, but for now I'm just like enjoying more cooler days and taking advantage of it. Yeah, yesterday was really lovely weather, at least where I live. Like, sunny but not too hot. That was really nice. Hi, Does Stupid Things Guy, welcome to the stream. Does USA often, like, experience heat waves? Like, to my understanding, like, California and such and Florida are one of the hottest places in United States. I'm not currently open for collabs, sorry. Oh yeah, charcoal. I'm not sure is it like appropriate to ask here, so feel free to ignore this question. But when you were talking about your living situation on my server a while back, has that situation improved, or is it currently on like a standstill of some kind? Okay, that's fair. Yeah, apparently France is France is having insufferable weather. Which is insane to think about. Okay, Tia, to be fair, at least the weather is sleepable. Like, honestly, people who are used to living in like warm climates without dying, you guys seriously have a superpower. The freaking squirrels are burning alive. as much as I love summer as like a season, I'm not a fan of like terrible heat waves. Like, what I don't really like about heat is the fact that I feel like I go not immobile per se, but working on things definitely becomes a lot more difficult. A lot more difficult and more unbearing. How is it to live on a desert? I guess it's very sandy. Yeah, I have like one gap behind at the like back row of my teeth between the wisdom tooth and the back tooth. And because my wisdom tooth are apparently so well located, so they won't need to be surgically removed. But that particular spot between the teeth, that always catches everything. Which is which is admittedly really annoying at times. Especially when you're like, when I eat something like meat or like, I guess apple in your example. Like the skin getting between your teeth and tightly like adding pressure. That is not nice. I actually like popcorn, but I definitely agree that popcorn is one of the worst. One of the worst ones that get stuck, like the kernels of the seeds, get stuck between your teeth. Ah, they are so annoying. Actually, when I went to dentist and it turned out what had been bugging me had not been my wisdom tooth, but there was a hole on one of my teeth, so we got that fixed. And during that time, I also asked about my wisdom teeth, like how are they looking? And the dentist was like, everything except one are looking fine. One was a little bit tilted towards my cheek. But he said that as long as it doesn't do anything like orally harmful, he doesn't see any sense of removing it or them, because apparently if one tooth is taken away, then for the balance of the teeth or something, it is better to take off everything. So make up about that what you will. Oh, thank you, Mikimoshi. I personally enjoy apples that are picked straight from the tree. I'm not like directly allergic to the apples, but because of my asthma, my body loves to like cross-react with certain fruits, thinking that it is allergic when it isn't. When it isn't proven to be allergic. So any store-bought apples are something that I personally avoid. But when it's apple season, I will definitely be enjoying. I will definitely be having my chance to enjoy apples again. But green apple flavored like candies and sodas, they are amazing. Like I'm sucker for like sour sweet flavors, and green apple is definitely up there, like really high up there. I'm not sure what I call it my favorite flavor though, but like when it comes to candies, I definitely prefer green apple. I can definitely understand that sour flavors are not for everybody, and that's perfectly fine. Embrace your apple cravings. That is such a lovely deal. I think apples are one of the cheaper fruits that you can buy many with a lot of money. That must be nice. I love strawberries, and I understand why they are so expensive, but at the same time, I wish I could buy them more often. Honestly, I dare to say that any berry, honestly, is like up to my alley. I love berries so much. Grapes are also awesome. And both green and red ones are really lovely. I don't like any of the olives. Olives are a little bit too adult for my taste. Yeah, you can have all the olives that ever come to my way. I will personally pack them to you and send them to you. You shall be my olives trash. Hi, X-Lunise. Lunisticks, welcome to the stream. I also know some people that don't like tomatoes. I personally love like fresh tomatoes. And obviously I can stand like ketchups and any kind of like, I guess, tomato saucy thing. But like if they are like directly on a pizza or something, like warm tomatoes, that's what I don't like. But give me a fresh tomato and I'll eat it any day. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? That is absolutely fair. So I guess that makes it so that you don't like any deep fried food. Deep fried food. Well, I guess good morning to you. I hope that you will have a lovely day ahead of you. I can take all the pork you want, and all the mint chocolate as well. And in return, you can have my nasty olives. I feel like I'm neutral about pickles. As long as pickles are saltier than sweet, I am okay with them, but if they lean towards sweet, that is what I don't understand. Hi Choco Macaron Air, welcome to the stream. Yeah, and I mean, I understand that sweet can sometimes bring a more complex flavor profile for salty things, but when it comes to pickled things, I don't know, there is something wrong with that in my mind. Like, my taste buds don't understand it. Like usually fermented things in my mind are something related to more savory things, aka salty things. So in my mind it only makes sense that they are like... they lean towards more salty than sweet. Have you seen Primal? I have not. I haven't seen it. I'm actually very bad with movies and like movies and TV shows. I don't really watch much of any show really. I only like watch YouTube things, and my movie knowledge is straight up awful. Look, you wanna make an AMV now? I've had this idea for a while, but I fear I'm bad at animating. Just go for it. You'll never and definitely if you feel like you want your skill level to be somewhere before attempting it, I recommend that you start slow with something small and just build up your skills from there. And of course, it's always like, you can still do the AMV and then later like make a redo of it and see how far you have improved. Unfortunately, animating is one of those skills that take a while to hone and learn. And obviously nobody's going to be perfect at it from the get-go. But I highly recommend giving it a try, especially if you are interested in trying it out. And if you recognize that animating is not for you, that's perfectly fine. Everybody has different hobbies. And even if animating may not be for you, at least you could say that you tried. But one thing I can definitely like tip out immediately is that animating requires a lot of patience, so if you decide to give animation a try, then prepare for a lot of grinding and just like overall perhaps even a slower pace of working. I don't like coffee, but I love how coffee smells. Like, it's very homey smell for me. But I'm definitely the odd one out, so to speak, in my family who doesn't drink coffee. Those sound really good. I'm not gonna lie. Weren't you supposed to go and get more apples? Hi, Torrential Tree. I'm so sorry I butchered your username. Welcome to the stream. I have not drank water yet. I have drank some water earlier today, but I will soon soon fill up my water bottle when I finish this frame. Or finish line in the frame is probably more appropriate. My stomach unfortunately can't really handle pancakes. I'm more of like a crepe girl anyway. But like, I don't know what it is about pancakes that make my stomach turn. Probably because it's like so sweet and fatty at the same time, maybe? I honestly don't know. The baking powder might be the reason, yeah. Also, if anyone happens to be drawing or animating or anything in the background, this is your kind reminder to remember to save. Remember to save your project? This character is related to Path of Stars. The character I'm currently working on is Fern, and the other character is Trush. And because this map art was perfect for some more angst, I couldn't resist, because I definitely would love to make more content with Path of Stars. I also have another map art after this, OC map art, that I'm debating on using yellow characters for. So we'll see if that comes into tuition. Yes, I'll go and hydrate. And I guess while I go and hydrate, you shall enjoy the first scene. So quick, be right back. And I'll be right back. Okay. And I did, Tia, notice your dairy question. Where is my to your dairy question, I can have dairy. I have no problems with that. My grandma does have, like, she's lactose intolerant, but as for me, I have no issues. I have no issues with dairy whatsoever. Thank you, Thea. I just realized I had my chat scrolled up all the way up, so I didn't see the newer messages. I do have some moderators. They are currently somewhere. Yeah, heat does the same to me. Like, when it's really hot, I barely tend to eat. And I can also survive on lighter lunches, which is nice at times. I mean, chocolate pudding, especially if it's like if it has been in a cold, that's definitely like pretty good winner right there. I don't know why, but I have this weird gene where I find Jello enjoyable, like Jello texture. I don't really make jellies myself, but when we were having like a family vacation when I was a teen with my family, and there happened to be a buffet that had Jellos, I could eat them for a while. I don't know what about it is so... what I tolerate about it? I guess the refreshness of it, I guess? Admittedly, that is very true. Which is why the saying, don't judge the buck, yes, buck. Don't judge the buck by its cover. yeah, Tia, how's your farming going? As I just randomly recalled it. I think that my boyfriend's twin brother and his wife, because his wife is like half Polish. I think they have made those Polish dumplings once with some beetroot soup, and I think it was just like regular potatoes or something. The apples never leave you alone. If there happens to be a bad side effects of apples, I bet that you will be the first one to discover them at this rate. That is a really good question. I guess they're supposed to mean the entire healthcare people, but then again, when you think about it, apples do have some acid on them, don't they? Like, not as corrosive acid as probably like citric acid can be. But I would imagine, like, if you ate just apples and nothing else, I bet that your teeth would suffer from it. A teeny weeny bit. Potatoes being superfood, coming in clutch. What actually boggled my mom's mind when she went to Spain is that how much Spanish foods use like potatoes. And usually Finland tries to we try to pride ourselves as the potato country, which I guess sure we do make like produce potatoes, but definitely like boiled potato and mashed potato is not exactly like a hey look, we got glamorous potato dishes. I don't remember regarding the size, but that was something that my mom was like, she was mind-boggled by the fact how many like different potato dishes they happen to have. One of the most interesting things that I've seen potatoes being used on has actually been pizza. Like whenever I've been in Italy, there has been like option for, I think like air-cured ham and then like smashed potato splotches on top of the pizza. And that is actually surprisingly good. You would never think about that, but it actually tasted so nice. I should probably start eating potatoes. I actually don't have potatoes currently. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like when you think about it like that, it makes perfect sense why potatoes are on top of pizza and why it works. How long does it normally take for you to collect all the daisies? I bet that my Swedish would be better if I actually used it. But I do agree that 7 years of studying is a little bit like... feels a little waste in my books. And I actually have had pretty decent like Swedish teachers. But because I didn't use the language, obviously it's not gonna stick as well as like English, for example. I only know like English, Swedish, and that's it. So I'm not like trilingual as some people, at least fluently. But then again, I've come to the conclusion that my English skills are so good that I can survive pretty much anywhere, except there where they don't speak any English, but I would definitely find workarounds with that. I have like vaguely some words that I remember. But yeah. I bet that I could be fluent if I actually like used it. But I don't have any reason to use it, so it's kind of like it's sitting at the back of my mind gathering dust. To be fair, I'm actually born like in West Finland and lived at the how would I say it, quote unquote border where the like Swedish slides of Finland ends at the north, or like Midwest. Anyway, by the coast. And for example, in Kokkola, I do hear people talking in Swedish, and there are Swedish schools, which is like neat. But I have personally never ever needed Swedish. Ever. The only one time I actually needed Swedish was that I was having a little what are those called in English? Like me and my little sister were at a marketplace and we were selling out like old clothes and such. Kind of like a flea market, but we had our own spot for our own stuff. And that is literally the only case I have ever used Swedish with anyone. Like there was a lovely lady that came to ask what is the size of the clothings, and me being a teenager who has no interest in clothings whatsoever, I sadly couldn't like give proper response to her, but she was so lovely even when I was like fumbling with my words. But I think we managed to communicate somewhat, which was nice. But that is literally the only case ever I have used Swedish. And even when I've visited Pietarsaari, which is basically like one of the most Swedish-speaking cities in Finland, it was so funny because I didn't encounter any Swedish-speaking person there. I guess I just got lucky with statistics in that sense. But yeah. Hi, Orkily XA, welcome to the stream. I actually studied in Kouvola, and some of my friends actually lived in Lahti because they studied in Lahti. And the Lahti's park by the lake, it's so gorgeous. But I can definitely understand why there are no Swedish people in Lahti. It is going pretty well. How about with you? How has your day started? Oops. We need to... People who are like multilingual and very talented with learning languages, it's so cool to it is so cool to see when people are like really passionate about languages. I mean, in case you didn't know, Choco is actually Portuguese. Okay, I think I will line one more frame and then I will be finishing up today's stream because I'm gonna go swimming with my friend. Like Irish accents, like accent, it's pretty fun. Very fun and lively, and I enjoy that a lot. Hi, Wayne! Welcome to the stream. I am doing pretty well myself. How are you doing? Hi, welcome to the stream. Hi, Frostclaw. Welcome to the stream as well. The animation is going pretty well. I have actually gotten like... This is my... 10th frame that I'm actually lining right now. So the progress has been pretty smooth. How are you doing? That sucks. Hopefully you can get new headphones soon. Thank you, Ain. I can show the entire animation thus far when I finish this stream. Before I finish the stream, I mean. My goal is to get this frame lined before I end the stream because I'm going out to swimming with my friend. But 10 frames lined is more than I anticipated, and I actually did a couple of frames before I even started the stream. So this is probably like some kind of new kind of record with lining. Hi Ginger TBF, welcome to the stream. Oh, don't worry. I guess it's because I don't have like a proper PNG tuber that lights up whenever I talk. People often assume that there is either no sound or I am completely mute, which is honestly fair. I like how fluffy it looks, thank you. Today I decided to have a little bit earlier stream because my friend has a job, so in order to kill time before our swimming, I figured that I would stream a little bit earlier, plus get some progress on this map part. I'm like, this is going to be so different compared to the last one. Both like OC wise, but also like as in vibes and feel, which is cool. The 35% sounds a little bit a lot to my ear. However, I guess that you are quite close with your estimate because I have the entire part sketched out and now I'm working on the cleanup, aka the line art. So I would say that 35% could be actually pretty accurate. I'm going to swimming. So, not a wedding. Technically would love if it was a wedding, because usually weddings tend to have very tasty, good stuff in there. Plus I enjoy like celebrations in general. Like honestly, there can be not There cannot be enough of celebrations in general, in my opinion. The life deserves light every now and then. Hi, Wildling Ezra, welcome to the stream. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Actually, the recent wedding that I was part of, I was actually like, my friend got married, and I actually helped with the preparing and such. Which is fun, because I usually, like, in my family we enjoy, like, making things. So, for me to contribute and help my friend out, making the wedding day as good as possible for them, was definitely a no-brainer. They had wonderful strawberry cake, like, at the wedding. Like, it was so freaking good. I'm so sad I didn't take more than maybe 2 or 3 slices. It was that kind of cake that, you know, when you're eating a cake, you don't get it. It's not like sickly sweet, but instead it feels more of like purifying, I guess, almost. Like, it feels like it cleanses your soul. It isn't overly sweet, and in general, it's just like, it's nice. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Hi, Bloomy Polly, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it was really nice. My friends were trying to go for like a lower budget wedding, so they asked a lot of like a lot of backup to help and make it happen, which I was really happy to do. And I've known the other friend is like one that I've known the longest, or like have been friends with the longest, so it was a great honor. And his wife is someone that I've got to know in the past 6 years, and I think that they're a really good fit for each other, and I'm really happy for my friend for finding such a lovely soul to be together with. Like, he absolutely deserves it. Good luck with your Kia dance, Ginger. I hope you will enjoy the process when making it. It was definitely a throwback when I decided to make the redo Kia dance. It definitely felt more of like a gamble, whether it would be worth it or not. But I guess in the end, it was definitely fun to revisit something old and like an old and silly meme. Definitely does good to the soul every once in a while. Especially since I nowadays mainly focus on more of like quote-unquote bigger animations, like map parts and AMVs, hopefully getting more AMVs out at some point. But yeah, like something that is more focused on character acting and emotions and just multi-layered things. Making the Kia dance redo was definitely it was definitely like a nice little break to complete something that doesn't take weeks to complete. So that so it definitely had that going for it. You mentioned you were talking about languages earlier, and I was just wondering, Finland speaks Sami, right? It's not, it is optional, I would think, especially in Lapland. Like, if you live nearby, you have a chance to study Sami, but uh, unlike Swedish, Sami isn't a language that all the Finnish people learn like automatically or are forced to be taught. Which is kind of a shame because it would be actually cool to like, it would be cool to understand it in a way, especially since there are a lot of like Sami people at the north. And since it's a very small language too. Thank you, First Claw. Glad you're enjoying the cleanup. I actually did make an exchange studies in Ireland, so I have lived in Ireland for like 4 months, I think. But I did have a like an Irish teacher in high school. He was teaching this kind of like international studies course, and it was honestly one of the best like experiences I had in high school. And one of the main rules of the classroom was that we do not speak Finnish. We are meant to communicate in English. And that definitely got me more comfortable with my English, at least when speaking it. And he also brought in like exchange teachers, I guess, like teachers from abroad. So whenever, like one year we had someone from Greek, and she had a really fast accent, so we had to get adjusted, of course. And then he once brought in like a Scottish teacher, so we also got adjusted to Scottish accent. Like, it was so nice. That is definitely one of the experiences I would have loved to keep. If there is something that I could go back in and like attend again, I would definitely attend those like international studies course, because it was so nice. It was so nice to speak in English and just like soak in like different cultures and overall just like embrace feeling one with like people from different cultures. Granted, we didn't have like that many of them, of course, but our like high school was still surprisingly how would I say it? Like, our high school had surprisingly many teachers or students coming from abroad, and that's how we got to interact and talk about like global stuff with these people. And that was definitely like, it is definitely something like many people say that everybody should experience retail so they understand retail workers. I honestly think that course should be mandatory for people just to understand different cultures better. Okay, let's see. I think this brings it. Okay, I think that's about it. Unfortunately for the new people who joined in, I'm so sorry. I'm I'm gonna go to swimming with my friend, which means the stream is about to end. But before I go, I'll show you how this animation looks thus far, without the voice, of course, because the copyright would come at me immediately. So I got several frames lined today, which is nice. And yeah, let's see. There you go. Okay, because of the camera movement, that last shot seems a little bit laggy, so don't mind it, but I promise that it looks much, much better at its real speed. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. In case you didn't know, if you enjoy my content and want to find like-minded people, I have a Discord link on my description where you can join on my Discord server. If you do join on my Discord server, please read the rules, and then in the welcome room tell us which other roles you would like other than the role that gives you access to the stream of the server. So if you wanna just get announcements whenever I upload videos or want to see VIPs whenever I post them, you don't necessarily have to talk there, but my server is definitely a place for it, and there are a lot of wonderful people too who you can have conversations with, so feel free to join. But yeah, once again, thank you so much everyone for watching. I'll see you when I'll stream again. But this was so much fun. Thank you everyone, especially new people who joined. And I hope I'll see you on the next stream.